Hello TK, for today's lesson you will be needing your Three Bears mini book. I have mine on the screen here behind me, but you need yours in person. And you will also need a blue crayon for afterwards. You will be responding to some questions. Okay TK, let's get started on our objective. Our objective is what we are going to learn. It's what we're going to be discussing, what we're going to be talking about, what we are going to be doing in our lesson. So, our objective for today, repeat after me. I can listen and respond to a story. So our first step, we are going to be listening. So we're going to be listening to our Three Bears story. And our second step is to respond. We are going to be answering the questions on the back of your booklet. So I really need you to be paying attention, TK. All right, let's get started. We are going to hear our story one more time. Okay, TK, so you should all be on the front cover of your book. I'm going to get started. This is our front cover. On our front cover, you will always see our title, and sometimes you will see a picture in the front, and it sometimes tells you the characters and the setting of the story. So for our characters today, we see Baby Bear, Mama Bear, and Papa Bear. Our setting where our story takes place is, I know it looks like it is in the forest, but it is actually in their house, because that is where Goldilocks enters and starts going through all their things. All right, let's pay attention. Once upon a time, a family of bears lived in a pretty little cottage, deep in the woods. There was a great big Papa Bear, a medium-sized Mama Bear, and a little Baby Bear. One morning at breakfast time, they sat down to eat their hot cereal. "This porridge is too hot to eat," said Mama in her medium-sized voice. "Let's go for a walk and let it cool off." So Papa Bear put on his great big red hat. Mama Bear put on her medium-sized hat with flowers on it, and Baby Bear put on his little blue hat. They all set off for a walk. Okay, TK, go ahead and turn the page. A little girl named Goldilocks was also walking through the woods that day. She was surprised when she came upon the bear's pretty little cottage. Being a very curious little girl, she decided to go inside and look around. There she saw the breakfast table with the 3 bowls of porridge. That looks good," she said to herself. So she tasted a spoonful of porridge from Papa Bear's great big bowl. "Ooh," she said, "this porridge is too hot." Then she tasted a spoonful of porridge from Mama Bear's medium-sized bowl. "And this porridge is too cold," she said. And then she tasted a spoonful of porridge from Baby Bear's small bowl. She said, "This porridge tastes just right." And so without stopping to think, she ate up every single bite. Then Goldilocks strolled into the bear's living room. There she saw 3 comfortable-looking chairs. First she climbed into Papa Bear's great big chair. She said, "This chair is too hard." She tried Mama Bear's medium-sized chair. "This chair is too soft," she said. So then she sat down in Baby Bear's small blue chair. "This chair feels just right," she said. But as she leaned back, crack! The chair broke, and Goldilocks fell to the floor with the broken chair beneath her. Oh dear, what a mess Goldilocks had made. All right, TK, we're gonna pause here. I want you to really pay attention. What was Goldilocks looking through? What was she trying? Remember, she went into their living room and she tried out their chairs. She was at the breakfast table and she tried out their porridge. Let's turn the page and see what else she tries next. But instead of trying to clean up the mess, Goldilocks trotted upstairs to the bedroom. First, she stretched out on Papa Bear's great big red bed. "Oh dear, this bed is too big," she said. So she jumped off and lay down on Mama Bear's medium-sized bed. "And this bed is still not right," she said. Then she snuggled into Baby Bear's small blue bed. "Ah," she said, with a tremendous yawn, "this bed is just right." And soon, Goldilocks fell fast asleep. By this time, the bears had finished their walk. They were hungry and ready to eat their porridge. But when they got to the breakfast table, Papa Bear said in his great big voice, "Someone's been eating my porridge." And Mama Bear said in her medium-sized voice, "Someone's been eating my porridge." And Baby Bear said in his small voice, "Someone's been eating my porridge and has eaten it all up." Oh no, do you see Baby Bear? He's so sad. Can you imagine? Every drop of his porridge was gone. Things only got worse when the bears went into their living room. TK, we're gonna pause here. I want you guys to think about how the bears must have felt. How do you think they felt at this point? Were they happy, sad, angry? How did Papa Bear feel? How did Mama Bear feel? And how did Baby Bear feel? Papa Bear didn't sound too happy. Mama Bear was pretty shocked. And Baby Bear, he was pretty sad that all his porridge was gone. Let's keep listening. Okay, TK, now I want you to turn the page. Papa Bear took one look at his chair and boomed in his great big voice, "Someone's been sitting in my chair." And Mama Bear said in her medium-sized voice, "And someone's been sitting in my chair." And Baby Bear said in his small voice, "Someone's been sitting in my chair and has broken it all to bits." Then he really couldn't help it. He began to cry. Well, then the bears ran upstairs to the bedroom. Papa Bear said in his great big voice, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed." And Mama Bear said in her medium-sized voice, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed." And Baby Bear said in his small voice, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed, and here she is." At that moment, Goldilocks woke up when she saw the three bears staring down at her. She was so scared that she jumped out of bed. She ran out of the house, dashed through the woods, and hurried home as fast as her legs could carry her. And since Goldilocks never came back again, I'm sure the three bears lived happily ever after. Now we will turn to the back of our books. I want you to take out your blue crayon. You will be using this to answer your questions. We are going to underline our responses. So for the first question, you will be looking at the blue star at the top left corner. In this row, you will see Goldilocks sitting in Baby Bear's chair. But not all of those things happen. Can you underline the picture that happened in the story? What happened when Goldilocks sat in Baby Bear's chair? Go ahead and answer and underline your response. Okay, TK, moving on. Now you will be looking at your red star at the top left corner. In this row, you will see three characters. I want you to underline the smallest character. Which one of these three bears is the smallest? Underline your response. For your last question, you will be looking at the blue flower in the top left corner. In this row, you will be underlining what happened at the end of the story, at the very end of the book. What happened? Which one of these things happened at the very end of the story? Underline your response. And then once you are all done with all three questions, I want you to take a picture and upload it to Class Dojo. Thank you for following along for your reading lesson. As always, you're amazing.